Imagine a city with no humanity. Imagine your neighborhood gas station abandoned, subways stopped with no passengers, freeways packed with empty cars, no escape, no way out. No destination, nowhere to lay your head. How would you survive the madness? Nethers, or the spirits of Satan incarnate, come in many shapes and sizes. Although they all look different, they all share the same quality, the desire to kill you. So let's look at the different Nethers and the best way to combat each. These pink Nethers lack any special ability, but hit extremely hard. They are the most common Nethers and can be found nearly everywhere in the world. Sackheads can be distinguished by their resemblance of a pair of pink nuts on their head. They are mostly stationary and are easy to recognize with their groaning. They explode if you get too close and usually drop items that are useless. Try meleeing one quick and then stepping back. Spitters can be distinguished by their small, dark figure. They are short, deep black, and have red eyes. They do not hit as hard as other Nethers, but can blind you with a black tar if they get too close, and also scream to alert any other Nethers in the area where your location is. These Nethers can be distinguished by their tall, lanky figure. They too are deep black, but are substantially larger than the Spitters. These Nethers are extremely dangerous since they have an ability to open up their chest cavity and shoot needles that kill you instantly if you are too close. Your best bet is to let them shoot the needles, then go in for a melee kill. Watcher Nethers are easily distinguished by their giant-ass red beam of light coming from their eyes. They tend to watch intersections and high-value loot areas. Aside from scaring your butt cheeks to a clinch position, the red light can be blinding when trying to focus on them. The most important thing when dealing with Nethers is not to panic. Using your firearm to kill them should be a last resort, since nearby players will be able to hear the gunshots leading them to you. Make sure you stay frosty and don't stop moving if you have a Nether on you, since they like to teleport and then immediately hit you after. Ducking into and out of combat with them by dodging their swings will keep your kills silent and keep you alive. That is, of course, if players like me don't hunt you first. Bandits are just as big, if not a greater threat than Nethers. There are survivors for whatever reason have chosen the dark side. Some kill for gear and some, like myself, hunt for sport. Shit, I feel like I'm doing these little fellows a favor by sending their spirit to the good Lord in such a courageous way. It's better than letting them die like cowards running from the Nethers. The best way to avoid getting killed is to make sure you don't fall for any of overzealous players who offer to help you, since they are usually traps. And remember, without bandits, Nether would get pretty boring. Samaritans in Nether are survivors with a good nature and a genuine desire to help other survivors. They may offer you food, weapons, knowledge, and a safe passage if you need it. They add attention to survivor encounters because you're not sure if they are good or bad. When you finally do realize they are good guys, they usually turn out to become a friend. They too make Nether fun to play. Besides Nethers, bandits, and Samaritans, Nether has a lot to offer for finding gear and keeping it safe. Campsites can be distinguished by their straight, thin lines of gray smoke. They often lead you to abandoned tent sites, crashed military trucks, or disabled ambulances, all of which have some great loot potential. Helicopter crash sites can be distinguished by their heavy black smoke plumes that lead into the sky. They almost always have a weapon if they haven't been looted by another survivor, and often have more than one Nether lingering in the area. Tires stacked up together will also give the impression of a heli crash site, and more often than not have the same types of loot spawn. The safe zone in Nether is an area that is a no-fire zone and free of Nethers. It is also a place that contains the global market where you can buy gear with both Nether gold and cash you loot in the world. You can also store gear here as well. Don't let the name fool you. The safe zone anti-Nether devices can be brought offline by a Nether attack. You then have 60 minutes to fix all existing devices. The devices themselves can be seen by the emission of green smoke as well as the giant air siren at the top of them. To repair one, simply walk up to it and hold E. Once all 6 are repaired, the safe zone then once again becomes a no-fire zone. If they are not repaired, the global market goes offline and you can attack in the zone for the duration it is offline. After 60 minutes of being offline, the safe zone will automatically become safe again. If you are a Samaritan and are unsure if someone is a bandit, use common sense. Seeing a player prone on a building with a sniper rifle aimed towards a loot location is a pretty good indicator that he is not to be trusted. Act accordingly. Move slow and quietly. Make sure if you alert a nether, you melee kill him. It can be a hassle early on, but that is also why I recommend leveling your melee and strength above everything for your early levels. If you are a bandit, make sure you go to the safe zone when it is about to be attacked. There is a global message alerting the server the safe zone is going to be compromised in 10 minutes, which will become a beacon for survivors. Use the anti-nether devices to your advantage. Use the environment to your advantage. Crouch walking along walls, staying in the brush as you move, ducking in alleys all greatly reduce your visibility for bandits and nethers alike. Use the slow movement to have a better advantage of observation against your enemies. Stay the fuck off the elevated subway bridge. Sure, it seems safe from nethers, but you're just an open, elevated, moving target to anybody with a weapon. And the rest, you will discover for yourself or die trying.